Okay, so I'm going to show you how to create a class if you haven't already. So the first thing you have to do in Khan Academy is create a teacher account, which is super easy. You just have to put in your email and confirm it and all that. And then once you're all signed in, you can go to what's called the teacher dashboard, which is right here. So if you log in and you don't see this screen, you can just come up here onto your username, click teacher dashboard, and it'll take you right to this page. So then you're going to need to add a class in order to assign students to them. So the first thing you'll do is you'll just click add a class, and then you'll enter. So there's two ways you can do this. You can create a class manually, or you can import your class from Google Classroom. Now, I don't remember if you're using Google Classroom, but if you are, that's a super easy thing to do. I'll take you through both. So the first one we'll just do like ABE math 2 or something like that, because I think I've already got an ABE math class under Google Classroom. Um, so let's click next, and then you can click out of this, and you can click on here, and it'll show you the student roster. So you don't have any students yet. I don't have any students yet. You can click add new students, and so you can do three things. So you can either invite them from Google Classroom, send them a link, or you can create their student account. So if they've already created an account, then you would just do one of these two, or you can make an account for them. Um, I haven't ever used that option, but it is something that you can do. Um, and as far as these two, they're pretty simple. This one will just invite your students through the Google Classroom. This one you actually send them the email or the text or something. The other way to add a class, so go back to teacher dashboard, add a new class, and then click import from your Google Classroom. So usually it'll prompt you to, if you haven't already, it'll prompt you to set up a Google email with them or to use your Google email. If you don't have one, you should set one up. But if you do already have one for your Google Classroom, you'll just go here to, and you should, once you link your Google account, you should see all the classes that you have in Google Classroom. So from my time as an Excel instructor, I have my ventures classes. This is a test class, and then this is one that I'm actually a part of for the ABE. So we'll click ABE Math, and then it will automatically email invitations to your students. They just have to go to their email and click on the link, or if they don't have a Khan Academy account, they got to sign up, and then once they sign up, they should automatically appear in there. If they already have Khan Academy accounts with that email, then they should automatically appear in your class. I believe that's the way that works. So then you get to choose the courses for your class. So, you know, if this is pre-algebra, this is your lower level students, or algebra 2 and trig if it's your higher level students. And it really just depends on whatever you want to give them. And then over here, you got really good, you've got chemistry, you've got biology, which are good for practicing for the test, maybe some physics. And then down in the arts and humanities, you've got a little bit of US history, world history, there's grammar. These are all really good ideas for um, at least for some practice for the task. I click next. We're not gonna add SAT. So the class should be created. And then once you've created the class, what you can do, so I already have a student because I did a test before to try this out. And so I'll just click on me as my student, and I have 0 activities or assignments. So I can actually go in and we can go over here and click assign. And so this is by class basis. So you can click, say I want myself to work on fractions, and I can assign fractions. And actually, I think you can even open it up and you can assign smaller bits. So if you don't want to assign a whole section to them at once, you don't have to do that. You can kind of pick and choose what you give them. Or if they need to, say they need to work on exponents, but they don't really need the rest of it. I'll just like exponents, square roots, cube roots, maybe exponent properties, negative exponents, and then I would just leave the rest of it off. And I'm going to click assign. And then you can actually do it to where it's different question sets for each student, or it's the same question set. Since they're at home, that's not really that important. But if they were in the school, that would be a little iffy. So I would just click same question set for all students. And then you can actually determine which students. So if if you decided to just make a whole group for all of your students, you could actually just individually assign them things. You can give a due date, the time, and then assign. You can also save and assign for later, so that if you aren't completely sure about something now, you can come back and do that. So it's assigning. I'll show you once it decides to complete. It's a lot of items we assigned. Okay, so then you can look at scores. Haven't done anything, so I don't have any scores, but you can just go through and look at how people have done on everything. As far as progress, like you can look at how many points they've accumulated, how they've gone through each section, placement. You can also set this so that they can work at their own pace. I haven't done that. That would be up to you, really, in how much you want them to have control over what they're doing. But yeah, that's essentially it. And if you ever need to like look at a particular set of students, you can find that by going under admin and students, and then you'll see their name, their email. I don't know if you can really edit their display, or I think if you have like a nickname or something instead, you can change it so that it shows. If you ever need to share the class code, that's here, and you can just click here and it'll put in a link for you to copy for your students, and then you email them. If I went to ABE Math 2, I don't have any students in here, but it's kind of the same thing, just with a different class code there. So, or you can go here to create a new class, and then it brings up this whole thing all over again. It just depends on what you need. If you ever need to just go back to this basic view, you can go here. There's a students tab so that you can actually see all the students who are in your classes. And then this has a bunch of teacher training, so it shows you how to use some things in different classroom strategies. I don't know if anything's been added since we've all gone virtual, but there might be some guidance there. Okay, so I think that's about it, and I hope this helped you.